cancer. Welcome to episode 27 of Life After Cancer. And you didn't get a notice today saying that I was going to go live in about 30 minutes because I'm on vacation and didn't actually have access to a computer. But I didn't want to skip this episode. And, you know, when we get cancer or we have a cancer diagnosis, it affects every aspect of our lives. It affects our working world, our relationships with families, our relationships with our friends, our relationship with our body and ourselves. And each week I do this show. I spend 10, 15, 20 minutes just talking about life after cancer and sharing things that I wasn't able to find help with. So I hope you find something in today's episode that's of value. And today I'm actually going to talk about being on vacation after you had a cancer diagnosis or you're done with your treatment and what that might be like. So today I am actually sitting in beautiful Central Park in New York on vacation, and I want to talk about being on vacation after you've had cancer. And a lot of times, you know, when we go on vacation, we have some pretty significant expectations of what the vacation is going to be like. And we have that under normal circumstances. So when we have a cancer diagnosis or after we're finished with treatment, sometimes we might expect ourselves to be able to step into vacation the way we always had before and be able to function with the same energy level that we used to have, or our family might expect us to be able to do that. And that's not necessarily the case. And there's some things that I've learned along the way. I am almost 11 years post-cancer today, and I've taken various vacations. In the beginning, a vacation for me was being able to walk around in the grocery store. That felt like a trip. And as I got further and further from my final cancer treatment, I was able to do different things. And I remember the first trip that I took. It was a flight, and I got airsick on the flight. I had to take Dramamine, and not only did I have to take it for the flight, but I also had to take it when we were driving around in the car. I found that I could no longer sit in the back seat of a car, and that I just got sick. And I always had been prone to getting car sick, but it got worse after my treatment. That was an adjustment for me. And, you know, I had big plans. I had things that I wanted to see when I got to my destination. And what I learned was I really had to chill. You know, I really had to adjust my expectations. I had to be okay with just seeing a little bit. Oh, hi, Marty. Yeah, look at all the green space, right? Isn't it beautiful? Do you have green where you are yet? Probably not. Anyways, I had to really adjust my expectations. I had to have it be enough to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to drive past that beautiful place today instead of walking through that beautiful place. Or, you know, I'm not going to be able to go to this part. I'm going to have to go back and take a nap, and that's just going to have to be enough. At least I get to be here, to be hanging out with my friends and my family and participating, but I couldn't actually do the things that I wanted to do. And as time went on, I realized, you know, it's not always going to be like this. There are things that are going to get different. So the next trip that I took, you know, I was better able to align my expectations. I was better able to say, all right, I'm not going to be able to go on a 20-mile bike ride, which are things that I used to do. I'm not going to be able to walk, you know, for 4 hours like I used to be able to do. And it was okay. I found quieter things to do. I found that reading was an okay pastime while I was on vacation. I found sitting still was okay. I also found that I didn't have to carry all of the stuff that I thought that I needed to take. You know, I had all these expectations that things had to be perfect. And one of the things I discovered is that there are stores that if I forget something, I can go purchase a new toothbrush if I need to, or I can buy deodorant if I need to because I forgot it. So those were things that were really helpful for me. Another thing that was really helpful was to have conversations with my family and the people I was traveling with, so they didn't have the expectation that they had to sit with me or babysit for me or care for me if I felt like I couldn't do something. You know, they had permission to go and carry on without me, because just because I can't do it, that doesn't mean that they can't do it. And I needed to find a way to be okay with that. And in that process, I learned that there's a really beautiful part of being on vacation where I get to be silent and I get to be with myself, and I get to learn about what it's like to just be with me in a different environment, in a different surrounding, with my body being different than what it used to be. And there were some really rich and beautiful and powerful lessons that I learned in that. My tendency had always been to travel quickly and to see as much as I could and to participate as fast as I could. And in slowing down, it gave me the opportunity to find ways that I could spend time with local people. I could find out from the people who lived there, well, what's the most precious thing that you like to do when you have, a couple of hours of downtime? And I got invited into really, really special places. I got to see some really special things. So just because you had a cancer diagnosis or you're finished with your treatment and life isn't back to what it used to be, that doesn't mean that life is over. So my invitation to you is, if you're planning on taking a trip, or if you're not planning on taking a trip, look around your life and say, well, what could I do for maybe a day trip? What could I do for something that might be small, to just say, let's see what this feels like. And let's see what it's like to be with people that I used to travel with a lot, that I used to do things with, and see how it would be for me to travel with them today. See how it would be for me to do this stuff on my own, by myself. And the invitation is, just because your life is different today, that doesn't mean your life is over. And it doesn't matter what your prognosis is, it's just different. And finding ways to be different in your skin is really the solution. At least it has been for me. It's been the solution to saying, okay, I had cancer, I was treated, I survived, and now what? Well, the now what is, I get to live life on life's terms, the way it is today, and I found a lot of beauty in that. I found a lot of pleasure in that. I found a lot of fun in that. My wish for you is that you find a lot of pleasure and fun in that too. And I'm just going to take a quick scan around Central Park so you can see what it looks like here in beautiful New York City. And then I'm going to come back and sign off. So here you go. So, thanks for being here today. I hope you found something in this episode that's going to be helpful for you. And I hope that you take the time to plan a trip for yourself, that you take some time to get away from the humdrum and the stress of being in treatment or recently finished with treatment. And I hope, until we have a chance to talk, that life treats you well. Take care, and we'll see you next week.